everyone, I hope everyone's well. Today we're going to look at Jada Pinkett Smith and Will Smith. More than just being celeb news or whatever, you might not have come across it, you might have seen as I've come across it. Usually I'm fairly the last. Well, she's releasing a book, okay, and in this book it's like a tell-all. Now, I understand that Will released a book last year or the year before, I'm not quite sure. So it's like a biography. How I stumbled upon this was just Jada Pinkett Smith reveals all in a new book, and there was like a little clip. And that the full interview will be aired later. I didn't go back and watch it because I'm not so into that. But I've got my thoughts on this in terms of reading both of them. And then I'm going to pull some cards in this one. So before we dive in, I've just extracted a little clips of two main things that I want you to have a look at. And then we can discuss and get into, without the cards, what I want to say. What I'm reading, what I'm picking up on, and also then I'll pull some.
The next several years, Jada and Will kept up the appearance of a committed married couple. They even faced a scandal when Jada had what she called an entanglement with a family friend. Neither let the public. It was the strangest kind of revelation to realize that these two people have had separate lives. I mean, they have not called each other husband and wife in all of those years.
Except for the appearance everywhere they went.
Except for the appearances, right, including at the Oscars.
Yes.
And by the way, there's a whole chunk in this book that we're going to get into in the Dateline special and also a little later here of what happened in that moment when he said, you know, get my wife's name out of your mouth, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
There's a whole backstory there, too. But Jada is candid and honest in this book. I mean, she's saying things that she's never said. So,
a couple of things in that is, Huda asks, I think the interview is called Huda, asks Jada, you mentioned that what gets me, now I might not have the words exactly, but you get the meaning and you can replay. What gets me is that you basically straight up tell the truth. And she's like, yeah. And then she says, but you don't always, in a sense, tell the truth. And she goes, she either says yes, and then the second time she goes yeah or nods. So what are you exactly? Do you? You don't? She doesn't even elaborate. It's kind of like she's so caught up in the attention that, yeah, I'm the truth. I tell it how it is. I'm a bad boss. I'm this, I'm that. I also, although what I've seen is basically what you've seen, where I cut it, there's a minute extra. I haven't looked at the full interview, but I already pick up on, it's all about her. It's I. And I'd be surprised with what I'm going to inform you of if, what's going to probably confirm what I'm going to inform you of is if the children, her children and Will Smith are also not helping promote it. Because in general, in the past, they have helped promote each other's sort of whatever projects they're working on. They have done that. So I don't think she's going to be supported in this. And it'd be interesting to see. The other thing that I didn't like about it is there's a power game with her. And I'll tell you what I mean. She's asked, so you and Will were actually not together for 7 years, or since 2016, I think she said. And she was like, that's right. Like, who does that? That's someone, from her energy, she's got power over Will Smith. And just by doing that noise, I feel like she gets happiness and joy out of thinking it causes pain to Will Smith. like if he sees it, but not only if he sees it, it's like she's recalling the power she has, and that gives her like joy and security in a sick way. It's really, that's what I pick up on her energy, like, yeah, I've got the power. And she kind of recalls him in sort of being in a bit of a, under a hold underneath her. But like, do you know when there's some individuals that will be like, I'm not doing this anymore, we're splitting up, and then you're like in pain and you're like, I don't want to split up, what can I do? And usually you're actually the one that's probably not done anything, and they're just going through this. And because they have the control at that moment, sometimes even though they want to, they don't want to release that control, so they continue with their decision. And then later, do you know, when you step away and you know, you're in pain, but you step away for days, they might come back because they've realized they're losing the control. That's what she is. She, like, I pick up on her energy so strongly in that, that's right. The power she feels and the pain she's felt by having a hold of Will Smith, and also him being in pain while she's got hold of him. Basically, I pick on Jada as a narcissist, a covert abuser, and a manipulator. And I believe it comes through her childhood trauma she has. And deep down inside of her, she's actually the more insecure, lacking one than Will Smith. Although it might be seen that it's actually Will Smith, because maybe not a lot of people will think this until like they see how she's coming across in interviews, and she might start to change how she's coming across in interviews if people pick up on certain things she does. Like they might pick up on, I don't know how our interviews are going to be, but I can tell you they're all going to be about her. Like, whereas even if she was split by 7 years, which I don't believe it, by the way, I'm going to get into that. Where's her kids in this? Where's some of like, yeah, we were split since 2016, but you know, we have 2 beautiful kids, and we did have a life together. And we did build great things. You know, we were seen as a power couple, but as a lot of chapters and growth in life, we grew apart. We were wanted to hold an image because we had so much pressure from society that we are the power couple, or whatever reason it is, you know what I mean? But her way is like, she recalls how she's got him where she wants him. Like if she wanted to split and time apart and one of them to leave the house, she would get what she wants. I think she's been manipulating him, and I think she's in touch with him only for her own benefits. She draws on his heartstrings, and I think he's actually quite emotionally intelligent, and he's an empath. I also then question, I don't question, but you might question, and which is what I'm going to, then why did he slap Chris Rock at the Oscars? Was that all a setup? Was it... when it happened, I actually didn't feel it was actually Will Smith at his own beck and call or his choice. Okay, it was either a setup, but then when in public it all went wrong, because there have been those sort of setups, you know, that have come about on these to get more publicity and etc. But then when there was so much public backlash and he went away, and I also saw the replay, Will Smith was actually, he knows that Chris Rock is a comedian, and actually G.I. Jane was actually seemed quite beautiful. Symbolic. A lot of people at the time of G.I. Jane thought she was really sexy and attractive and in her power and stuff. He didn't say someone who is seen as a mock or something, actually. And I think Will Smith understands comedy because he comes from that background. Now, it's funny because Will Smith suddenly turns. He's in the enjoyment, not enjoying mocking Jada, but he's in the environment. And then she gives him a look of a flick of an eye. And it's kind of like, that's disgusting for you to be smiling or okay with. But even more so, don't you think you should be doing something about it? And he goes up straight. And he also says, keep my wife's mouth, my wife's name out of your mouth. And he slaps Chris Rock. Now, if she didn't give him that look, he would not have done that. I guarantee that. I guarantee you that. If she had not given him that look, he would not have done that. But she has that narcissistic, manipulative hold on him, that anything Jada wants, Jada gets. I mean, I've seen her on Table Talk a couple of times. She comes across so calm and together and everything. And it's difficult because she's bold, her green eyes stand out, and her, all her features are very sharp and stand out because she's also quite thin, and I think she would probably be underweight. And so it's some people will actually take, if she says anything wrong right now, they might take it that she's evil because she's got that potent look. But she's actually, I believe she's a narcissist, she's a manipulator, and it stems from actually childhood trauma that's inside of her and her own insecurities, that I think she puts up that it might be Will Smith by maybe humiliating him or making a joke out of him. I think, she came out that she had an affair with a younger guy, a younger rapper or something. I'm not sure if it was her son's older friend or something. And I think it was during a time of the split. But I don't think their split was of 7 years. So I wonder if she actually has been, something else might come out of her being cheating or something. I also don't think that time of the I don't think till recently Will Smith knows that they were split for 7 years either. I think they've had time where they've had time away. I think it's 20 plus years maybe they've been together or something. I think they have had splits, they have had time away, but I certainly don't think it's been 7 years. And she has apparently said, Will has not dressed me as his wife for at least 7 years. So I was actually shocked he did that. And also what was happening was that Chris Rock then wanted to speak to me on the side, saying, I heard you had split from Will. This was at the Oscars. And so can we have a chance to date now? Because he tried apparently in the past. That's another thing. Like, she seems to think everyone's after her. And that's also apparently what made Will mad. This is her own words. Made Will even more mad at that stage, and so that's why he also got up to hit him or slap him. And I just think she's so full of herself, but she's not, and people are going to think she's full of herself. She's actually insecure, and like I said, she's a narcissist, and she's a covert abuser. And I don't believe for 1 minute that they were split for 7 years. I think Will Smith at this stage needs to file for divorce. I think he needs to just get out of it. I think he's an empath. I think he's emotionally intelligent. What I understand is that maybe in his book, I don't know how true this is, he actually wrote that he'd said that he slapped Chris Rock because he recognized it was part of a trigger of childhood or something. I don't believe that. I believe that it was because Jada looked at him, but as everything else, he kind of is fine to take the hit to protect the truth or of something, because also he can't really say if she's still his wife and they're together, even if they're going through a split month or two or whatever, he can't really say, oh, it's because my wife looked at me and she was really, really upset, so I went up. He's not going to say that after that, is he? He's just going to put it down to something that, you know, could actually calm everything down and could be a bit excusable. It's not excused, but do you understand what I mean? Where people can kind of understand what has happened without putting her in the spotlight or humiliating her, but also humiliate himself, being shown that he's controlled by her. And I knew that there was something wrong when I felt it when I saw Willow, and I don't know if both the kids have moved out or moved out quite early. They're not that old. Will Smith has an elder son, but I felt like there was something there already. I'm going to say this as well. I wouldn't be surprised if Jada swings both ways. Please understand what I'm trying to say. I wouldn't be surprised if she's done that, and if she does do that, I can see her, I can feel that energy within her doing it. And that's not because, oh, she's got a bald head. I mean, that's down to apparently an illness she has. But yeah, I think she swings both ways, and I think she's done it in the past, and I could see that she's probably done it at maybe times of splits. She truly, I feel like she's definitely, what she's managed to do is devalue him over time in their relationship, and that happens with couples. But by devaluing him and mocking him down, it also has got to him, has got to his self-worth and confidence as well. But yeah, I don't believe that Will Smith was triggered by that on the day of the slap. It was from her, and she has some sort of control on him. And it's all about her. It's all about her. I know, like, I just sense it in any interview she's going to be doing. And the thing is, I'm also going to be on the watch out to see if I'm correct if I say that I don't think any of them are going to be helping promote her book, which in the past we've seen they always help promote each other's work or project. So I was called to pull a number of cards and cover up. It's a cover up for her own insecurities of what she does. But maybe after so many years, depending if she doesn't realise or pick up on, you know, how people, I can't get over that click. I can't get over that click of, yes, I feel the energy. I feel it. Like she gets happiness out of it because she knows that like the control and the pain, she's sort of, and he's held on to her, but I hope he gets away right now. So let's look into is it true that they've been split totally, but just, oh, she hasn't been able to divorce yet. She hasn't been able to take that step, even though it's been 7 years. I don't get that. I also don't understand, you'll have to let me know, was the guy she had a little bit of a brief thing with during a split, which might have been during a split, was he a friend of her son's? I think he's older than Jaden, but he was a young rapper. His name is Young, and he is young. That's also a no-go. Like, I just felt it weird. Oh, and the thing that I did want to say is when Will Smith came on the Red Table Talk, And the reason I know this is because they posted a clip and she was talking about it. I felt that was really humiliating. Like, I don't know many men that will want to actually talk about it. Like, they'll be like, I'm trying to get through this. I don't want to hear about it ever again. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want you to bring it up ever again. I am going to try and get through this. Or he's just going to walk away. I don't think it's someone, even for women, I don't think it's something you want to actually talk about. So I wonder if she actually dragged him on there to do that. Because I just felt really uncomfortable. I just couldn't understand how a man could do that. I really felt uncomfortable for him. And for me, it was just humiliating. So what are we asking? Was they really split up for 7 years? Like, fully split up as if they were divorced? You know, we've got out of 5 cards, 3 major arcana. The answer is and we've got 2 sevens as well. 3 sevens. I think this is going to be a tower moment for them now. I think she's been trying to manipulate and be a trickster on something, but it's going to turn into a tower. And the wheel is going to change, as opposed to being Jada, Jada, Jada. There is lies and deceits around what is being said, hidden tactics to make a plan. And this is where Will Smith has been trying to work on the relationship. I mean, just through my psychic abilities and my energy reading, I'd say they have been, they haven't been split for 7 years and not been husband and wife. I do think, like I said, they have had periods of being split up, but I don't think it's 7 years. I think they might have had 7 years of, you know, a really bad on and off time. Conflict, drama. There has been wounded resilience. There's been foggy inability to see clearly, but justice is coming in. Justice is coming in. And I wonder if this is Will, where there's been conflict and he's like, I'm too wounded, I'm done here, I've been working on this for so long. And she might have done at the same time, but I think she's, and with narcissists, they need help. They don't recognize what they're doing. The problem is with what they're doing is that they're hurting other people. Got the Hermit card there. Is she a Virgo? If she's a Virgo, the answer is no. But there is some truth that they have been split for quite some time. I actually think that Will is not going to take this easily as well. That has come out in the open, that they've had, they've been split up or on off. Okay, let's look at how is Will feeling right now? How is Will Smith feeling right now? This will also be if any negative traits come through for him, that I do point them out. I'm not taking sides here. How is Will Smith feeling right now, please, Spirit? Also, is Will Smith a Libra with that Justice card that he's been working on the relationship? Let's see what we've got. Okay, he feels quite betrayed at the moment. Endings, defeated, trying to use his logic mind, trying to stay in discerning as opposed to in his emotions, and also currently feeling quite tied up on how to go forward, how to save his image around things. He's also thinking about his children here. I don't know what their star signs is, but I think he's thinking about his children, and he's trying to remain grounded as the father, the protector, the stable sort of, you know, keep the home together, keep it secure. That's what I see for him. I wonder if he's been quite quiet on social media. He might have come out. I wonder if he's come out and said anything. Like I said, I don't think there's going to be promotion. They might have done. I might be wrong. I think he's going to try and walk away from the marriage. He's going to try and seek some guidance. He's not sure if a peaceful resolution can come of this, but he thinks that, you know, he needs to move to calmer waters, move forward. He might be feeling like, I just want to escape a little bit, really just not be in this situation at the moment, move away a little bit. Six of Swords. This is teamwork, where he's probably seeking some advice on what he can do. This is where he is trying to protect his 3 kids and the home, and on the other side he's probably looking into, do I surrender, do I self-sacrifice again? I don't think I can do it anymore, it's out there, I don't think there's going to be a peaceful resolution, I think I need to move on. And this is the marriage, where he's, you know, we got the Justice in the first part, where he's probably thinking that, you know, it's done. Yeah, and that it needs healing. He needs healing. The whole situation needs healing. Having hope, trying to look for renewal, having faith. I hope he's not having faith in his marriage. No, ready to walk away, turning his back. Knows he needs to step up and lead on the situation for his own good, him and his kids again. A confirmation with the breakthrough. Let's see how Jada's really feeling apart from her narcissism. Was her mum, I think her mum, might be mistaken. Was her mum an addict or something? See, I also think her mum could swing both ways. They have that demeanour about them. I've not asked the thing and the cards are coming out, so let's just check. Let's just ask again, sorry. Show me Jada's energy right now, please, Spirit. Jada's energy. Jada's energy. Partnership, seeing the marriage as a partnership. Okay, this could be initial where, you know, a love is coming in, but I would like to see like the lovers here, the Ace of Cups in terms of tarot. This is where she's also focusing on her finances. She might have felt left out in the cold at some stage, and I think that's through her own insecurities. Her focus is on her money, is on herself. Focus is on her money, is on herself. And here is, you know, standing her ground in terms of her beliefs, fighting for what she wants. This is probably when she's, you know, sort of holding on to her own and taking the high road, promoting that book. She's sort of, there might be some unsatisfaction and refusing offers. She might be feeling quite self-absorbed and negative. And there might be some remorse a little bit around nostalgic. You mean, you know, when you look back on stuff, sometimes you do get a bit nostalgic around stuff around her husband, kids and her happy home life, the marriage, where it's probably unhappy home and family at the moment. It's dysfunctional, but she's looking at it with a bit of nostalgia. She's also bored about the family life, you know. I think some of this is around financial gain. Usually if you're writing a book or doing a promotion, you are, but I do think they've got plenty of money. They're just, a lot of these stars don't know what plenty of money means anymore, don't you think? You hear about them having like 40 million and they're like having like 40 million and their money's running out. Like what the... We've got the Eight of Swords for her as well, and healing. I think, you know, the home life has been a bit dysfunctional. Eight of Swords, Four of Swords, where she's really also, she should be taking time out to heal, as opposed to probably what she's doing. Doing some self-reflection as well. There's also some anxiety here, bit overwhelmed, stressed, you know, but she's got those new ideas, the creativity around the way she wants to take things forward. She's communicating, she's getting out, doing her interviews. It's making her feel good. The success is here, and you know, she feels freed and positivity while she's doing these interviews and promoting her book, etc. It's very different to how she sees her home life and the home family life, isn't it? Can you see how the cards have changed? And then we've got the King of Cups. You know, I wonder if there's someone in her arena. Yeah, I wonder if she's had someone in her arena, or if this is Will. It's a mature, compassionate male. I asked if is it Will or is it someone else? The card is maybe. But if it is Will, it's where she sees it stalemate. It's too much fear, resentment here, difficult decisions, painful choices that they've had to make, stressful decisions, and being torn between two relationships and divided loyalty. Okay. Wonder what Chris Rock is going to think about her saying, because he came over to hit on me and wanted to take me out on a date, seeing as he'd heard that me and Will were over for 7 years. I mean, it can happen, but I wonder if he did or not. But still, it's everything about her as well. You wouldn't mention that, would you? It's like Tupac was my real love, Tupac this, Tupac that. It's always been like, Tupac's always in my energy. I felt like that should be really hard. I'm shuffling, I don't even know what I'm asking. Because I'm channeling what I'm reading in terms of energy. I always get ahead of myself. Right, what am I asking? Hang on a sec. I had a question I wanted to ask, now it's gone from me. Okay, let's see what the kids think. Now this is difficult because they both might be thinking different things, but let's see if it comes in clear. How do Jaden and Willow feel about this book? Jaden and Willow feel about this book. Jaden and Willow feel about this book, please, Spirit. Oh, there's too many cards, I need to put them back. Take the first one that came out. Jada and Willow feel about this book. Justice card at the bottom. Opportunity to get money. They find it very difficult to see and look at. Yeah, difficult to make a judgment call on it. Let's get all the cards out. This is so weird. I feel like they feel like too much is mentioned in this book. Too many people are mentioned in this book. Justice card, if what's his name? Will is a Libra. If Will is a Libra, what do they want to say in terms of their father in this book? That he needs to walk away, take some time to heal. Have patience with himself. Maybe think a little bit before he speaks, if he's going to just walk away a little bit. Where he's been working on the marriage and really tried to take it forward. Something about this magician. It's trickster energy, isn't it? That's coming up. Yeah, not to rush forward in communicating to the outer world. juggling two decisions, two choices around her. They don't see it, like, it's not all very negative, but they don't see it necessarily in a good light. They see that maybe too much was exposed in terms of, and it's a bit stressful. I feel like they feel a bit torn right now, obviously. They do feel that there might be a little bit of trickster energy maybe towards the father in that book. He should turn his back and walk away and do some healing, taking some time out. So many people are mentioned in this book. I wonder who they are. There's so many people that are mentioned around their same ages, not youngsters. People that are 40s plus that are mentioned in this book. So that would be interesting to see. That's what I have for you. I might do a follow-up on this, but I thought I found it something that I just wanted to cover because I picked up straight away on her energy, and yeah. So I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please do like and subscribe. Let me know if you did so that I know the content you enjoy. And I'll see you in your next reading, beautiful souls. Take care and bye for now.